Hey guys, it's Fire Ginger Wolf back here with the Guild Wars video. For this video, we're going to be playing with a Spellbreaker condition damage build. It sounds weird, but hopefully this will work well and be fun and have some defensive capability along with a lot of offensive. So hopefully you guys are excited to see this build. So we're trying to get to 200 subscribers on the channel. So if you guys are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. And if you enjoyed the video, be sure to hit that like button. But we'll switch over here to our game real quick here. Sorry, just making sure the sound was okay. All right, we'll run through everything quick, and then we'll get started. So, all right, so we'll start with our traits here. So you have strength. We have reckless dodge. Damage falls within your dodge rule. Base stat, we get might for each foe struck. Restorative strength, using a healing skill grants might. Building momentum, burst skills restore endurance on hit. Body blow, stuns, dazes, knockbacks, pulls, pushes, launches, inflict bleed, and weakness. That's going to be a big thing. Pinnacle strength might apply to you, grants more power. And then merciless hammer. Hammer skills gain reduced recharge and deal increased damage when striking a disabled foe. Gain adrenaline when you disable a foe. This will be fun. Another part of the build. Arms, Furious Blast, using a burst skill grants Fury. Wounding Precision, gain expertise based on your precision. Deep Strikes, gain condition damage when you have Fury. Blade Master, gain expertise, gain condition damage while wielding a sword. Sword skills gain reduced recharge. Bloodlust, you have a chance to inflict bleeding on critical hits, and bleeds that you apply last longer. And dual wielding, attack speed is increased when wielding a main hand weapon in your offhand, and since we have a sword in both our main hand and offhand, we should get this bonus, which speeds up the attack process really quick. Spellbreaker, we get access to we're at 2 adrenaline bars, and only 1 level bursts are available, which is okay. But then we access to full counter, which is going to be here. So full counter absorbs the next attack against you and counter attacks all foes around you. Foes struck by the counter attack during so everything in blue is a bonus from the traits that we're going to read here in just a second. So guard counter, gain protection after a successful full counter. Dispelling Force, dazes, stun, pulls, knockdowns, knockbacks, and launches remove boons. Slow counter, full counter applies cripple and slow. Attacker's insight, gain insight when disabling foes or removing boons. Full counter refreshes all burst skills on hit, which will work well. And then Revenge counter, full counter deals additional damage and grants resistance. Copy conditions on yourself to targets you hit with full counter. So it's this doesn't break stun, but if we know we're getting close, we can kind of keep an eye on our conditions. We can trigger this to copy those to the enemies, which will work good. So we're going to keep some of this up because we're going to go kind of look between the two. So mending, mending, remove conditions and heal yourself, and we get the might from the restorative strength. Kick, push back your foe with a kick. So the knockback will trigger this to bleed and weakness, along with removing a boon. Which will work, and then gain insight when disabling or removing boons. So we will get power, precision, ferocity, which allows us to deal more damage, have better chance to apply bleeding, and then crit damage. Bull's charge, knock down your foe. We get three charges of this, by the way, so this is gonna be fun. Bull's charge, knockdown, and again that'll trigger. That's knockback. This will trigger. This will not trigger, but that'll be okay. Signet of Might improves power, attacks unblockable, and you gain might, which is going to give us condition damage, but the blockable attacks could be very useful. And then Rampage, take the physical form of a massive juggernaut, reducing the damage you take in the duration of movement, impairing conditions. And within the juggernaut, there's a few skills that launch. We'll go through here right now. So, Seismic Leap, leap in the air and knock down nearby foes when you land. Throw boulder, throw physical large, stun, charge your foe, kick back your foe, and smash your foe with a punch. So there's like 3 skills in there that'll trigger a bunch of this stuff, which will be awesome. So those are all the skills. For weapons, we have sword. So we have a chain, bleed on every hit and cripple on the last one. Savage Leap, strike and cripple. Final thrust, extra power. Final strike your foe with a final powerful thrust that does extra damage and inflicts bleeding against foes with 50% health. Impale. Throw your sword at your foe to impale them, causing torment, cripple, and then we can rip it to gain might and extra damage, which gives us lots of condition damage. And then ripstow, block the next attack. Ripstow and bleed your foe if you block a melee attack. Gain adrenaline if you're knocked. So we have 2 blocking essentially. So we have ways to daze people, and then we have ways to block a single attack to grant a good amount of bleeding. And then we have the hammer. So we got the chain of smashing the ground and nearby enemies. Fierce blow, weaken your foe with a fierce blow, dealing increased damage when striking the controlled foe. Hammer shock, smash the ground, send out a crippling wave. Staggering blow, push back nearby foes with a staggering blow, which is a knockback, which will trigger these. And then backbreaker, knock down your foe, weaken foes, stay down longer. Recharges fierce blow, which is the second skill. If you control a foe with this ability, recharges fierce blow, striking a target with a defiance bar. So the whole idea of this build is to keep hitting somebody as much as you can. You have the bull's charge, you have the knockback, you have the kick, you have the knockback, you have this, which is earth shatter, jump to the target location, slam your foes, damaging and stunning them, which will also trigger this. And then, so basically, you're trying to piss off the person that you're trying to hurt as much as you can by not letting them do a single thing. That is the idea, and every time you do that, you apply conditions. And then when you need conditions, you have your sword, and you have flurry, which immobilizes your foe with a flurry of strikes, each bleeding, which is going to be insane. So basically, it's mess with your opponent as much as you can by controlling the state at which they're in, while applying conditions, and then you have a bunch of conditions from the sword, which hopefully will do a great job. That is the whole idea of this build. Hopefully it will work. So for amulet, we have carrying, so power, vitality, condition damage. For the rune, we have crate, condition damage, bleeding duration, and then inflict torment, bleeding, and poison on nearby foes for 8 seconds after using elite skill, which would be rampage. For both weapons, we have, like I said, we have swords and hammer. We have agony for the bleed duration, which will help this out. And then we have compounding for deal 1 extra damage per condition on your foe, which will work good because the sword stacks up quick, and then the hammer, already does 20% damage increase to disabled foes. So depending on how you're doing that, that can add up really quick. So that is the build. Hopefully it works. Hopefully you guys are excited to see this. Yeah, I'm really excited. It should be interesting. I've done variants of this. Those were my physical rage builds, but this is Spellbreaker. So it's a little different, but hopefully this works. Hopefully this works semi the same. The full counter will actually probably be quite useful, because it definitely is a very defensive skill, which could be quite fun. So. And the signet here, try and use this as much as possible, because you get condition damage, which also going to increase your bleeding and all that stuff. Unblockable attacks is insane, especially if you're trying to stack a bunch of controlling effects on an opponent. You can just kick, smash, knock down, knock back. You have all sorts of things that you can pick. It's a little annoying. And then there's another one in here. Yeah, I didn't even grab, which is stop, which is launch your foe and get extra stability and break stun. So there's multiple things we could have done for this build. But we're gonna try this and see how it goes. All right, we'll see how all this works. I think this should work well, but we shall see. We shall see. I'm excited. I said, either this is going to work, hopefully amazing, or garbage. I hope not garbage, because the last build I did with the thief was not so great, and I'd like to not have a bad build to start this day. to start the new day, to start the new Easter off with. And by the way, happy Easter. Hope you guys, you know, having fun. My weather was interesting this weekend, so plans we had were canceled. But obviously, if it doesn't snow, might be a little pissed because we could have done plans. But it's oh, are you? I completely clicked the wrong button. I just wasted my rampage.
Hold on to your points. Seize theirs.
I wasted my freaking rampage. That doesn't help at all. I don't know if I like that at all.
Time to do some real damage.
You've captured the quarry. You lost the waterfall.
Oh, come on. Oh, seriously? No! I need to have other people here for this build to work. I already know that. Definitely, I can control the state at which they're in. But I can't. If I can, like I said, if I have somebody there to help me with dealing that damage while I'm kind of controlling them, that helps. But if they're outnumbered, I can't do a whole lot, unfortunately.
The waterfall.
Feel the fear rise.
Get
You've captured the quarry.
Shoot. Shoot. I don't think he likes me very much. See,
You lost the graveyard.
Necros are good targets.
Time to do some real damage. Adrenaline rising. Feel the fury. Not now, not never.
The waterfall is yours.
Barely.
You've lost the quarry.
Oh, come on. Come on. I get the combos to work. Just can't finish them. I can't do outnumbered fights. Would get destroyed. The whole idea is trying to keep one target down, and if I have other people there to step in and save, it's not going to work well. I guess that's one weakness, is outnumbered for sure, and if I can't do a lot of damage.
You've captured the quarry.
Those would be my two weaknesses for sure. Alright.
You lost the waterfall.
Time to do some real damage. Almost ready. Feel the
Are you
fury.
kidding me?
Try it. Adrenaline rising. Stand
Oh, come on. Seriously? Where'd those conditions go? Nope. Ah. I'm trying so hard. It's a really good... Every time I play this, it's such... I feel like I
Base is
do
under attack.
good execution. It's finishing
You've
it
lost
that I
the
struggle
quarry.
with, I think. 100%.
Your base is under
Alright,
attack.
come here.
gaining adrenaline. I'm are you almost ready?
Oh, really? Oh, awesome.
You've captured the quarry.
Through.
Come on. Heal up.
You lost the waterfall.
Ah, jeez, that hurt. That really hurt. Sure, that Necro's gonna be coming right back. Here they come.
The waterfall is yours.
That sounds about right.
You've captured the quarry.
Oh, come on. Really? Stop it.
All better. Hurts, doesn't it? Shot still.
You've lost the quarry.
Ah, shoot. Dang it. I was hoping that bleed would do more. Like I said, I think it's thought out good. It's just getting it to connect. And I think this is one of those builds, if you have somebody who's good at doing damage really quick, it would work really well. Just because it's, if you can, like I said, if you have someone there to finish them while you're messing with their state, it'd almost be impossible to, do anything. So, that's kind of my thought.
The waterfall is yours.
Time to do some real damage.
Really?
You lost the waterfall.
You'll be doing that one for days.
Oh, shoot.
Almost
is yours.
One kill was the top stat for the team. Dang. I mean, I got the necro down. It's. I actually need to read something here quick before I say anything else because I don't want to lose my train of thought. Jesus, stuns, pulls, knockdowns. Okay, I'm trying to figure out because if you have stability, right, this stuff doesn't affect you. But if the effect were to still trigger, would it still remove the boon? I guess that's one question. Because if it's, say, stability might be your one weakness, but if you still have access to maybe like a kick, still can remove it. They just don't they don't get the pushback of the kick, but then the boon gets removed. I hope that question makes sense in my head. So if anybody knows or understands, that'd be great. But I think, as I said, stability might be your one weakness because then you can't use all the controlling factors. If you if you're outnumbered, it doesn't work well. If you, as I said, the big thing is if you can control the state at which your enemy is in, you have access to a lot of conditions, a lot of physical mess around with them, and then you get your sword, which is your. I mean, the rest, all these physical things mess and give them conditions and boon removes and stuff like that. Excuse me, but your sword is the main condition damage dealer. So if you get all of those first things to work, and then these still work when you're using your sword too. And then they said your hammer's got that earth shatter. The full counter works really good. That necro worked really good against that necro, just because of they hit you with poison, you send it right back to them. It blocks some skills, so it's just the order at which you trigger these things, how you trigger them, whom you trigger on, is probably the biggest thing. But I think it was a good build. Um, Dueling is the big thing. Team fights work if you have a target in mind that you're trying to knock down. When you get one down, move on to the next and just try and keep messing with somebody. I think that's the big thing. But if you're outnumbered, if you go into 1-2 fight, it's probably not going to work well just because you have that one person who can interrupt your skills, your combos. When you're playing 1-on-1, it's more likely you can get all the combos to work. But that overall, I think that's kind of the over idea of the build, and all those traits definitely help in some sense with that. So, not as much damage as I was thinking for stat wise, but definitely be able to you're able to mess around with a lot of the classes, and that unblockable. It doesn't like it. It seems like weird, but like some classes they rely on the blocking. If you can mess with that and get through their stuff, it annoys them. And range, I guess that's another weakness too. All this stuff's up close. Oops. This has got range to charge. This has got some range. It's just making sure that avoid necro. Probably is one class you want to try to avoid. Just because they can drop a lot of conditions on you. But if you get full counter to work, if they have the same conditions as you, you might be able to do. You might work out for you. But like I said, outnumbered, range, and stability are probably the biggest weaknesses. So. Here we go with game number 2. Oh. I'm going to try not to use my rampage skill right away this time. That definitely screwed me over. Okay. Sounds good to me. But, yeah. Overall, I think it was good. And like I said, the rampage gives you 3 more skills. It's a lot stronger. 2. Yeah, you've got. Let's see here. 1. 2, 3, 4, 5. 5-ish. 6, 7, 8 different ways to control the effect at which your opponent is in. So,
Sharp blades, sharp mind.
so hopefully this will work just as well, or not better this game.
Hold on to your points. Seize theirs.
Alrighty, who are we targeting?
You're finished. Bring this one down. Time to do some real damage.
You lost the waterfall.
Almost ready. They'll have to hit much harder.
Oh, come on. No. Shoot.
Restarting the fight. Time to do some real damage.
I tried. I tried. We definitely lost mid, that's for sure. Trying to get there as fast as I can.
You've lost the quarry.
Oh, goody. Somebody left us. Awesome. The Mesmer left.
The waterfall is yours.
Oh, come on. I want to duel
Time to do
somebody.
some real damage. Gaining adrenaline. Feel the fury.
You've captured the quarry.
I'm bleeding.
Oh, come on. I want to duel somebody. That's not very nice of you.
All this. Almost ready. Counterattack.
Never saw it coming.
Like I said, outnumbering is a weakness.
As nature intended. I'll break you down.
You've captured the quarry.
Gaining adrenaline. Feel the fury.
Really?
Almost ready.
Ha! Extra damage.
Oh, come on.
They'll have to hit much harder.
Ouch.
I don't have enough energy.
Oh, I thought I triggered my full counter in time.
You lost the waterfall.
Come on, let me.
Time to do some real damage.
Come on.
Another personal
Thank
victory.
Ow. I'm not looking great.
Come and get it. Counterattack. Lethal combination. I like that's how I do it.
Ah, shoot.
I'm ready.
Shoot, 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 shoot. Trying.
Bad shape here. You lost the graveyard.
Get up.
You lost the waterfall. You've lost the quarry. You've captured the quarry.
How did he get behind us? What is this? Really? Oh my god. Really? What is this? God, come on. Thought we all were at home and then we just vanished. Try and get back as fast as possible to home.
Feel the fury.
Shoot. Ah,
Time to do some real damage.
thank you.
You've captured the quarry.
That wasn't the smartest idea to waste full counter, but that's okay.
Almost ready.
You lost the waterfall.
okay. God. This would be a great dueling build. Not team build, for sure.
You lost the graveyard.
Dude! Sorry, guys. That was... Whew. Sorry that was loud.
Gaining adrenaline.
Alright. Ah! My room. That's okay. Again, same issues. No, there's no stun break, which probably isn't the best thing. So next time maybe I could try the stomp because that breaks stun. Also grants stability, which would be good for me to continue my things. I mean, if I get messed with, it could be over for me too. But the whole idea is maybe trying to find one target, mess with them, and then if you have stomp, you have a break stun, but also a launch trigger, which can get you back into your combo. And like I said, it's just trying different things and seeing what worked. And if you can get your combos to work, works good. Keeping one target down. Team fights are probably not the best thing, um, just because you want to make because you have somebody else who can interfere with your combos, which can really screw it up. Range also, like you have a lot of range. You have some movement skills. You have your savage leap and your bull's charge, but obviously if those get interrupted, they're not going to work well for you. Um, what was the other one? Conditions. If you're going against a heavy condition build, there's no condition cleansing, really, which is kind of. I mean, this removes 5 if you get to trigger. If you don't get to trigger, then that sucks. The full counter is good because it allows you to, block attacks and give them conditions and other unique effects. But yeah, a lot of a lot of condition damage with the arms trait for the sword. The hammer was improved with all this stuff, and then you had, boon removal if you got the stun stuff to work. So overall, it was good. Um, I don't think it's the best team build, but one thing that might work really good is if you're queuing with somebody, have somebody who can deal damage really quick. If you have somebody who can damage really quick while you're messing with them, that probably would work really good. I think that might be one of the best things that you could do with this build or any of the physical rage builds that I've done and stuff like that. Is if you have somebody who's able to deal damage quickly while you're, I mean, you can still do damage on your own, but if you have somebody who can do it faster and just more even conditions or just damage, then you can get them down, which I think would be a big thing. So, but I guess that's this build. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the build and the video. If you did, be sure that like, subscribe button. Take care, have a great rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.